headlines for tonight. Former Public Works Chief Babe Singson leaves his position in flood control mess investigating body.
Representative Leandro Leviste dismayed over normal presence of Representative Edwin Guardiola in Congress amid corruption allegations.
Convicted Alice Guo will be transferred at the Mandaluyong Women's Correctional this week, says Bureau of Jail Management and Penology.
The Land Transportation Office impounded 30 unregistered luxury cars.
And Filipino tennis player Alex Yala and Brian Bagunas tapped to be the Philippine flag bearers for the upcoming 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Good evening, bringing you the latest news for tonight. I'm ALVIN PELOBELLO.
And I am KRIZZA Lopez. This is Eurotv News. Thread the details on our broadcast. Former DPWH Secretary Rogelio Babe Singson resigned today, Tuesday, as Commissioner of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure or ICI.
This comes several months after the ICI began its focus on the issue of corruption in flood control projects. According to Singson, he stepped down from his position due to the very intense and stressful work at the ICI, which he claimed had taken a toll on his current health. Singson's resignation is effective on December 15. The former DPWH official is the second official to resign from the ICI following Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Maghalong, who stepped down as the ICI Special Advisor in September.
During the House plenary session where Solons voted to suspend Cavite 4th District Representative Kiko Barzaga, Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste expressed dismay over the presence of CWS Representative Edwin Guardiola, who favored the suspension of his fellow lawmaker. Guardiola is currently tagged in flood control mess. Mia Layagin tells us the details.
The most recent talks in the Congress is regarding the 60-day suspension of Cavite 4th District Representative Francisco Kiko Barzaga following an ethics complaint. The complaint rooted from his alleged unethical and irresponsible use of social media, which Committee on Ethics and Privileges noted as acts of unbecoming of a House member. 249 lawmakers voted yes for Barzaga's suspension, 11 abstained, while 5 rejected the recommendation. Among the lawmakers that voted no is Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Legarda Leviste, who argued that there is much more shameful act than of Barzaga's, and that is being tagged into corruption allegations. He particularly pointed out fellow Batangas lawmaker, Construction Worker Solidarity Party List Representative Edwin Guardiola, who Leviste tagged into the flood control mess, alleging him as the second biggest proponent of DPWH infra projects.
Kahit na sabihin ninyo na nakakahiya ang ilang mga ginagawa ni Congressman Barzaga, mas nakakahiya naman ang ginagawa ng iba. At dapat unahin natin ang mga pinaka-nakakahiya. Yeah. So, the Public Works Committee of Congress is not investigating the projects of Congressman Guardiola. And the Ethics Committee has it in its power to also sanction or say that those who are alleged of wrongdoing in DPWH are also unbecoming of Congress. Pero inuna na nga kaso ni Congressman Barzaga, si Congressman Guardiola ay nandun pa para bumoto na isuspend si Congressman Barzaga.
Leviste said that he was displeased with Guardiola attending the session and voting for Barzaga's suspension when he himself is linked with corruption issues. He also expressed disappointment on how fellow lawmakers seemingly normalized Garjola's presence as if he is not alleged of corruption.
Congressman Garjola is unperturbed by the allegations that he has not yet responded to, and that others in Congress do not see anything wrong with it, because Congressman Garjola was walking around talking to other members of Congress as if being alleged to unduly benefit from billions of pesos of DPWH contracts is normal in Congress.
Leviste argued that the Congress should have investigated first the heavier issue, corruption allegations over a social media ethics complaint. During the same session, Leviste took the controversial selfie with Garjola when the CWS representative seemingly dismissed him. Leviste defended that he got caught up in the moment to take a photo after not seeing Garjola in the plenary for 3 months. He said that he also tried to talk to Garjola, hoping to hear an explanation amid corruption allegations.
And I tried to talk to him because I talked to him on the phone of another member of Congress right as we were starting these public statements. And he said, mag-usap tayo kasama ni Speaker. But he never got back to me because then I read the public comments, and I believe na hindi naman siya proteksyonan ni Speaker.
Leviste further noted that he focuses on this matter as most of the projects on his district are under the companies linked to Garjola. He said that he is doing this for the benefit of his district. This is Mia Layagin for Eurotv News.
After being held captive for months, 9 Filipino seafarers of the MV Eternity Sea are set to be released by the Houthis. This is the result of the collaborative efforts between the Department of Foreign Affairs and its counterpart in the Sultanate of Oman. More from this report.
9 Filipino crew members of the Dutch flag cargo vessel MV Eternity Sea, which was captured by Houthi groups in the Red Sea in July, will be released. According to the confirmation of the Department of Foreign Affairs, they received information from the authorities of the Sultanate of Oman that 9 Filipinos will be released and transferred to Sana'a, Yemen, and Muscat, Oman. The release of the captive Filipinos is the result of Oman's effort in collaboration with Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro. Lazaro and their counterpart, Foreign Minister Said Badr bin Hama al-Busaidi, discussed the issue during a bilateral meeting in July and had another conversation happen via phone call in November. The Philippine Embassy in Muscat and the Migrant Workers Office are coordinating for the safe and prompt repatriation of Filipino seafarers to the country. The Philippines thanked the Sultanate of Oman for its assistance in the release of the Filipinos held captive by the Houthis for almost 5 months. Lazaro earlier said during a visit by Palestinian Foreign Affairs and Expatriates Minister Varsan Agabikian Shaheen that they are continuing to coordinate with the mediators to ensure the immediate release of the Filipinos. This is ALVIN PELOBELLO for Eurotv News.
Controversial former Mayor Alice Guo is said to be transferred to the Correctional Institution for Women in Mandaluyong this week, where she will serve her life sentence for qualified human trafficking, as confirmed by the Bureau of Jail and Management and Penology, or BJMP. Mia Layagin reports.
It has been 2 weeks since the Pasig City Regional Trial Court found dismissed Banbantarlac Mayor Alice Guo guilty of qualified human trafficking. This is still in line with her ties over illegal pogo operations, not only within her territory but in one of her own properties, which was raided out as scam hubs. Pasig RTC's decision penalizes Guo with life imprisonment and a 2 million pesos fine. From Pasig City Jail female dormitory detention at trial, Guo is expected to transfer to Mandaluyong City's Correctional Institute for Women this week. Bureau of Jail Management and Penology confirmed receiving the commitment order for Guo's transfer. Before this, Guo and cohorts Jameline Santos Cruz and Rachel Joan Malonzo Carrion will undergo a 5-day protocol quarantine at CIW's Reception Diagnostic Center for medical examinations. From here, they will be transferred to regular RDC dormitory for mandatory orientation and diagnostics, as well as qualifications for 60 days. After this, they shall be transferred to a regular dormitory at the maximum security camp. Aside from these initial information, BJMP refused to detail the transfer further as for security reasons. On the other hand, Pogo accused Cassandra Ong remains on the run, with the government putting a reward for any information on her whereabouts. This is Mia Layagin for Eurotv News.
The country's full body commission on elections is expanding its partnership with malls to cater more Filipinos who are filing for registration. The program is being expanded from 50 mall-based voter registration sites to 100 locations. Catherine Landicho brings us the details.
The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, continues to work with various malls across the country to make voter registration more accessible to the public ahead of upcoming elections. According to COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia, the Commission met with mall executives to request not only the hosting of voting activities, but also the conduct of voters' registration within their establishment. From the previous number of around 50 malls, more malls are now offering registration services as operators express willingness to provide the service across more of their branches. COMELEC aims to set up voter registration sites in approximately 100 malls nationwide. Meanwhile, from October to the first day of December, nearly 800,000 individuals have already registered for the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. COMELEC is hopeful that the number of new registrants will reach 2 million by May 18. This is Catherine Landicho for Eurotv News.
Aiming to uplift the dignity and capabilities of persons with disabilities, the Department of Social Welfare and Development institutionalizes that 1% of all regular and non-regular positions will be reserved for PWDs. This was made possible as the agency publicized Administrative Order 11 Series of 2025. More from this report.
Employees and beneficiaries of the Department of Social Welfare and Development with special needs gathered to celebrate the International Day of Persons with Disabilities 2025. The celebration highlighted the department's commitment to opening its doors to persons with disabilities, recognizing their skills and capabilities in serving the public. The DSWD aims to strengthen and increase the number of its employees who are persons with disabilities or PWDs. The goal is to allow the department to better understand the needs of the sector. Attorney Anthony Mark Emocling, who is visually impaired, serves as the DSWD's Legislative Liaison Specialist. He prepares the department's position papers and represents the agency in legislative hearings.
Sa very welcoming pinangungunahan ni Secretary Rex. And syempre po nung una, curious sila kung paano ako magtatrabaho, kung paano ko babasahin yung mga documents namin. So, na-explain ko lang na gumagamit ako ng screen reading software. Siya yung nagbabasa sa akin sa computer. Siya rin yung tumutulong sa akin para mabasa ko yung mga bills, yung paano ako gumawa ng mga documents.
According to Attorney Emocling, it is essential that PWDs have representation in government offices to properly communicate the needs of their sector.
Kasi mas nabibigyan tayo ng boses para mabigyan din ng boses yung community natin. Kasi nung pumasok ako ng DSWD, alam ko na hindi na lang yung sarili ko yung rine-represent ko, kundi rine-represent ko rin yung community na pinabibilangan ko.
Social Welfare Secretary Rex Gatchalian said President Marcos has instructed that no one should be left behind in the country's development, including the vulnerable PWD sector.
Isa sa mga utos ng ating Pangulo ang siguraduhin na mabigyan ng tama at sapat na tulong at serbisyo ang sektor ng persons with disabilities.
Under Administrative Order 11 Series of 2025 of DSWD, at least 1% of all regular and non-regular government positions must be permanently allocated to persons with disabilities.
Sa amin po, kagaya ng nabanggit namin ni Secretary Rex Gatchalian, bahagi ng ating administrative order series of 2025 ay capacity building component. Kasi mahalaga na lahat po kami nakawagi ng DSWD ay nauunawaan yung sitwasyon po ng mga person with disability so that we could work seamlessly with them.
Meanwhile, the department condemned content creators who use PWD's condition as material for entertainment. According to Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao, disability should not be turned into online content for amusement. Instead, the public should understand and accept their condition so their abilities and contributions to the society can be properly recognized.
Po tayong tulungan sila nang sa gayon we focus on their abilities and not on their disabilities. Malaki rin po ang magiging kontribusyon at maiaambag nila sa ating lipunan. Let us maximize the skills that they have so that they could also help us in nation.
This is KRIZZA Lopez for Eurotv News.
To ensure the safety of workers in the workplace as the holiday season approaches, the Department of Labor and Employment has directed all field offices to conduct inspections of high-risk workplaces. The agency also advises employers to fully observe the labor rights of their workers. Vanessa Cleofas has the details.
The Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE has issued Labor Advisory Number 14 instructing agency personnel across various regions to conduct labor inspections in high-risk workplaces where there is a danger in order to prevent workers from harm and accidents while on the job. This includes the inspection of boilers and electrical systems in buildings if they are damaged, as this could pose a significant threat to workers' safety. These hazards are also cited as primary causes of fires or explosions. DOLE is also focusing on establishments listed under Department Order Number 252, which are workplaces that are often near hazardous conditions to ensure they are properly inspected. According to the agency, workers should not be exposed to danger while performing their duties during the holiday rush. Employers are still expected to ensure a safe workplace without violating the rights of their employees. Employers are also reminded to comply with occupational safety and health standards of workers. DOLE identified the workers in manufacturing, construction, pyrotechnics, and public transportation are among those exposed to imminent danger. Although the risk of danger is lower in small businesses compared to large companies, they remain part of DOLE's technical and advisory inspection. Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma encouraged workers to submit formal complaints to their offices if their rights are violated by their employers. This is Vanessa Cleofas for Eurotv News.
Entertainment is never missing during the Christmas party, and as the company employees prepare for their intermission numbers, the Department of Health or DOH advises the public to allot at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. More from Vanessa Cleofas.
The Department of Health or DOH encouraged the public to accumulate 150 minutes of exercise per week to help burn calories. This is timely during this holiday season when many are preparing their intermission numbers for their year-end parties. According to the DOH, dancing can serve as a form of exercise. Studies suggest that this method of exercise can help prevent chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure by burning calories. It can also help balance a person's blood sugar and insulin levels. The DOH said that 30 to 60 minutes of dancing per day is one of the exercises they recommend, especially relevant during the holiday season when everyone is preparing their intermission number for work, school, or family-related gatherings, whether they are students, employees, or anyone else. However, according to the National Health Promotion and Literacy Study of 2024, only 1 in 5 Filipinos can achieve the target of 150 minutes. During 30 minutes of light dancing, a person can burn 75 to 125 calories. If dancing at a faster pace, 150 to 200 calories can be burned, while high-energy dancing can burn 250 calories or more. The agency encouragement is also part of the Ligtas Christmas campaign by the agency and the Metro Manila Film Festival. The campaign centers on 3 key advocacies as Christmas approaches, such as proper nutrition and exercise, travel and safety, and avoiding fireworks. The DOH emphasized that the campaign was launched to remind the public that cases of hypertension and high blood sugar rise during the Christmas season. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA supports the campaign and has encouraged all local government units to establish safe zones and ban fireworks in major parts of Manila, especially given the high number of firework-related injuries reported last year. This is Vanessa Cleofas for Eurotv News.
Aiming to provide Malabon residents with broader access to affordable medicines and vaccines, Malabon City Mayor Jenny Sandoval inks a memorandum of agreement with the Philippine Pharma Procurement Incorporated to implement the Botica at Bakuna program. Catherine Landito returns.
Residents of Malabon will soon benefit from more affordable medicines and vaccine through the Botica at Bakuna para sa Mamamayan or BBM Pharmacy Program. Malabon City Mayor Jenny Sandoval has formally signed a memorandum of agreement with the Philippine Pharma Procurement Incorporations. This is for the implementations of the program. The agreement was led by PPPI President and CEO Undersecretary Maria Bianca Lim Loquin. The BBM Pharmacy Program aims to expand access to locals, medicine, and vaccines for Malabon residents, supporting the city's broader goal of strengthening its healthcare services. The program is expected to roll out in the upcoming months as the local government prepares to enhance medical assistance for its constituents. This is Catherine Landicho for Eurotv News.
Porac Mayor Jaime Capil has been able to post bail over multiple graft charges stemming from his alleged involvement in the POGO or Philippine Offshore Gaming Operator operations in the area. Shai Morales with the report.
Porac, Pampanga Mayor Jaime Jean Capil has posted 630,000 pesos bail after the release of a warrant of arrest for multiple graft charges. The mayor is facing 7 counts of graft over alleged irregularities in the issuance and renewal of business permits for the tag POGO operator Lucky South 99. The Pasig Regional Trial Court issued the warrant on November 28 after the Office of the Ombudsman found probable cause for violations of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Investigators said Capil allowed the company to continue operating despite alleged regulatory lapses, including the expiration of its PAGCOR license in October 2023. The case will now move forward following Capil's posting of bail. This is Shai Morales reporting for Eurotv News.
The Land Transportation Office impounded 30 luxury vehicles for violations such as having new registration or driver's licenses, prompting the Chief of LTO to stress the agency's fair and impartial enforcement of traffic laws regardless of a vehicle's value. Henry Nicolas has the story.
The Land Transportation Office or LTO impounded a total of 39 vehicles, including 30 expensive or luxury cars, following an operation conducted by the agency. The aim of the operation is to ensure motorists' compliance with existing traffic laws and to safeguard public road safety. The said luxury vehicles impounded after learning that there is no certificate of registration and the driver has no driver's license during their operations. According to LTO Assistant Secretary Marcos Lacanilao, the impounding of the luxury cars is part of the fair and impartial enforcement of traffic laws, ensuring that all motorists, regardless of the type or value of their vehicle, adhere to regulations.
Kung magtataka kayo, ang mahal-mahal ng sasakyan, walang rehistro. Pangalawa, walang driver's license ang karamihan.
Lacanilao asserted that they are not targeting luxury vehicles. He said that no matter what type of vehicle, as long as the enforcement officers see a violation, it will be automatically flagged down and apprehended.
Hindi namin pinag-iinitan ng luxury vehicles. Lahat, ordinaryong sasakyan, SUV, AUV, van, basta nakita namin ang violation, hinuhuli talaga namin.
The LTO is set to meet the Bureau of Customs to verify the documents of the said luxury cars to determine if the vehicles went through the correct process upon their arrival in the country. Meanwhile, the LTO has issued a show cause order to a father in Tiaga, Isabela after the video went viral showing a minor driving a vehicle. In relation to this, Lacanilao instructed the LTO regional office to suspend the father's driver's license for 90 days. Based on the SCO, based on the show cause order, the father is also obliged to submit a written explanation within 3 days as to why his license should not be suspended or revoked. Failure to respond will be considered a waiver of his right to be heard. Lacanilao explained that the minor's driving was very dangerous and could potentially harm the child and the other fellow motorists on the road. This is Henry Nicolas for Eurotv News.
A decade after Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 vanished, Kuala Lumpur announced today that a renewed deep-sea search for the missing aircraft will finally resume on December 30. Son Santiago with the details.
It has been a decade since Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 vanished, but today Kuala Lumpur announced that a renewed search for the long-missing aircraft will finally resume this month. According to the Malaysian Transport Ministry, the US-based marine robotics firm Ocean Infinity has officially given its green light to restart its deep-sea search beginning December 30, an operation expected to run for 55 days. Kuala Lumpur says the mission will be conducted intermittently. Ocean Infinity is the company that led the previous search operations in 2018 in the southern Indian Ocean, an area suspected to be one of the final resting places of the airplane. However, their search ended with no confirmed findings. During the first quarter of this year, their latest operation was also halted due to poor weather conditions. Flight MH370 disappeared on March 8, 2014 while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. A total of 239 people were on board. On the other hand, between 2015 to 2017, 3 pieces of aircraft debris were confirmed along coastlines near the Indian Ocean and Africa with the help of multiple countries. But despite years of coordinated efforts, the cause of the disappearance and the plane's exact location remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in aviation history. This is Son Santiago for Eurotv News.
Citing their immense influence, the Philippine Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino named tennis star Alex Yala and men's volleyball captain Brian Bagunas as the Philippines flag bearers for the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. Kyle Basa has the report.
Alex Ayala and Brian Bagunas will suit up to be the Philippines flag bearers on the parade of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. The two will be in the front, along with 1,600 athletes, coaches, and officials that will represent the country and attain its mission to win the gold. Philippine Olympic Committee President Abraham Bambol Tolentino announced it this Tuesday, December 2. The main reason why they are the frontrunners is that they currently hold so much influence and inspiration in Philippine sports. Starting with Alex Ayala, who won her first ever WTA title in Guadalajara Open and rose her own ranking in the association with world rank number 50 as of now. She achieved all of this in just the span of today's year. The captain of Alas Pilipinas men's volleyball Brian Bagunas held their own against international teams in the previous FIVB Volleyball Men's World Championship. The national volleyball team claimed their first historic win against Egypt and left fans all over the world in awe against the top 15 Iraq when they faced off. The two will play their respective sports in Thailand for only just a few days away in an intense and exciting tournament. This is Kyle Basa reporting for Eurotv News.
OPM singer and songwriter Maki is set to perform again on a big stage, having recently shared a glimpse of his stage performances. Sam Martos has the entertainment update.
OPM hitmaker and songwriter Maki is set to return to the big stage for his repeat concert, Color Coaster The Concert One More Ride. In his social media post, he shared this photo along with the poster of his performance. Some of his most popular songs that he will sing are Dilaw, Namumula, Kahil na Langit, and many more. This will be his second performance following his sold-out concert last month, which also included stops in several locations in the Middle East. Tickets will be priced from 1,200 pesos up to 6,799 pesos, and fans who purchase the most expensive ticket will receive a concert poster. Starting tomorrow, fans can be purchased tickets through the Ticketnet website and all Ticketnet outlets nationwide. Maki's repeat concert will be held on February 21, 2026 at the Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. Meanwhile, his fans are excited for his return to the big stage. This is Sam Martos for Eurotv Showbiz News.
And that's latest news for tonight. You may visit eurotvph.com for more news and information. Once again, I am KRIZZA Lopez.
You can also catch our live broadcast through our social media accounts at Viap and Extreme Channel. I am ALVIN PELOBELLO. Thanks for joining us. This is Eurotv News Thread. Stay safe. Have a good night, everyone.
That's okay, Arthur.
Wait, Tom.